Did you know that the air in your house can be up to 5 times more polluted than the air outside? Stick around to the end of this video to hear about the awesome new nature tech of neoplants. It seems as though every single day that passes, JD Vance proves himself to be a less than ideal choice for Donald Trump. He certainly ticks all of the boxes of a radical extremist, but his media savviness, or as it were, lack thereof, is really starting to take its toll. Yesterday, I mean, look, he's not beating the accusations about being a weirdo. He's not beating the accusations about wearing guy liner. He's not beating the accusations about what the hell he's covering up underneath that beard. And he's certainly not beating the accusations that he is a toddler in full-grown man form. Yesterday, Kamala Harris's jet, Air Force Two, the jet of the people, the jet that we pay for her to fly around, it landed on a tarmac, the same tarmac that JD Vance landed on. And he took a moment to act like a precocious little scamp and walk his goofy entourage across the tarmac to talk to the press pool that travels with the Vice President of the United States. And in this moment, he really showed himself to be the dolt that he is, the feckless, ineffectual goof. I'll just play it, and then this is really what wait for the moment, but I'm kind of classifying this or categorizing this as his big gulps moment. And you'll see why in just a second.
I also thought you guys might get lonely because the vice president doesn't answer questions from reporters and hasn't for 17 days. Have they given you guys an explanation for why she won't take questions from reporters? No? Nobody? Okay, great. Well, I hope that she changes your mind because it'd be good for the American people, and I think it'd be good for you all if she actually ran a real campaign instead of one from a basement with a teleprompter. So have a good one, guys. See ya.
First of all, this is the lame. We'll get to the big gulps thing. I think you know what I'm talking about. This is the lamest attack that's just a retread. It's just a redo. It's just a recycled attack that was used in 2020 against Joe Biden when they talked constantly about how he was hiding in the basement Joe or whatever. He's not answering questions. He's not holding rallies. He's not really even campaigning, which this cycle is very rich coming from Donald Trump, who does the occasional rally, but really has dispatched JD Vance to go out there and do the bulk of the work. To say that Kamala Harris isn't campaigning, that Kamala Harris isn't out there with her face in front of people is just nonsense, which I'm going to get to in a later video today about the pace of campaigning of the Harris-Walz campaign and the fact that she is packing arenas. Now, I won't even get into that. I'll talk about that in that other video. But what's really hilarious about this moment from JD Vance is what was the exact moment? No, nobody. Okay, great. Which very much reminds me of that scene from Dumb and Dumber, which I believe to be the most funny movie ever made, where Jim Carrey comes out of the convenience store, the Circle K or the 7-Eleven. He's like, well, big gulps, huh? Well, see you later, or whatever he says. It's the same thing when you juxtapose them against one another.
Hey, guys.
Have they given you guys an explanation for why she won't take questions from reporters? No? Nobody? Okay, great.
Well, see you later.
Tell me that's not just JD Vance. This was his big gulps moment. And there's going to invariably be more of them, several more of them, because he's an awkward goof who is just playing a role. There is no authenticity whatsoever to JD Vance. You don't go from calling Donald Trump America's Hitler to joining the ticket as a MAGA faithful. There is no driving ideology behind JD Vance other than self-advancement. other than self-aggrandizement, which puts him part and parcel with Donald Trump, birds of a feather and whatever other saying you want to apply to it. This is so emblematic of today's Republican Party that the only thing that they drive themselves toward is power for the sake of power. And along the way, if they can oppress groups that titillate the white Christian nationalists within the Republican Party, they're going to do it. Anyway, I'd love to know what you think about this. Did you see this moment? The big gulp moment from JD Vance. What do you think? You can leave a comment below. That would be fantastic. You can also call, leave me a voicemail, 714-576-4054. And of course, you can email me as always, daily@dollemore.com. Please consider supporting this work. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. If you want to do more than subscribe to support, click the join button, become a channel member. Go over to my Patreon, patreon.com/IDoubtIt podcast. And another great way to help support this work, which helps me make these videos, is support the sponsor of a portion of today's video, Neoplants. Though living in a large city has plenty of benefits, pollution isn't one of them. With your windows closed and AC on most of the time, you might think your home would be safe, but did you know that air pollution can be up to 5 times higher indoors than out? During COVID, we bought a bunch of those huge air purifiers. Not only do they take up a lot of space, they make a bunch of noise, and they also ratchet up your electric bill. Instead of those unsightly pieces of pandemic furniture, I have switched my air purifying to Neoplants. Their product, the Neo PX, is an electricity-free living air purifier, powered by nature and designed to capture and recycle harmful air, indoor pollutants that come from within your home. Go to neoplants.com/Dollemore right now to purchase your very first Neo PX living air purifier. My code will automatically be applied at checkout, and with it, you'll receive an additional 7th Power Drop pouch with your purchase. This means a whole extra month of pure air for free. Your Neo PX is space-age air purifying tech that will purify your air as well as 30 houseplants. Using a pollution-eating bacteria that lives within the plant, the Neo PX tackles harmful air pollutants called volatile organic compounds, or VOCs. These VOCs can be released by furniture, cleaning products, cooking, all kinds of things that you might not think about. Simply mix Neo PX Power Drops formula with water and add it to your plant monthly to activate the air purification. Your air will feel fresher, with 87% of customers reporting they feel a difference just 1 week after setting it up. Fight air pollution with nature. Access a free month of pure air by heading to neoplants.com/Dollemore right now, where my code will be applied and you can support this channel automatically at checkout. Put the technology of nature to work with Neoplants.